Cornbleet, and we're in a real New York kitchen. That's not a problem that we don't have a lot of space, because I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, raw, 5-minute flourless chocolate cake, actually made with carob, that looks and tastes like chocolate. One thing I love about raw desserts is they're so easy to make and they're so delicious, and they avoid a lot of ingredients that people are trying to stay away from. There's no white sugar, no white flour, no wheat, no dairy products, no saturated fats, and yet they taste amazing. So let's start with this cake. I'm going to begin with some walnuts, and walnuts are going to take the place of flour in the cake, and they're also going to make the cake taste buttery. So I'm starting off with 3 cups of unsoaked dry walnuts so we can have a nice crumbly, flaky textured cake, and I'm going to put them into a food processor. You don't need a fancy food processor for this dish. Any one that you might get just at your local store will do. And I'm going to first grind these walnuts until they resemble a coarse flour. Okay, the walnuts look great. Next step, I'm going to add a pinch of sea salt, which is also going to add to the nice buttery flavor of the cake. And what we're going to use as a sweetener for this cake in place of sugar are medjool dates. And these dates are not only going to sweeten the dessert, but they're going to make everything bind together and stick together. I like medjool dates because they're nice and soft, they're easy to process, they're very sweet, and they're large, so you don't need to take so much time pitting them. To pit them, I just pull them apart, remove the pit. So we'll go ahead and add a ½ cup of medjool dates to this mixture. And then I'm going to process the walnuts and dates together until they just begin to stick together. Alright, I can see that the walnuts and the dates are incorporated. There's no more large pieces anymore. So now we're ready to turn this into a chocolate cake. Today I'm going to be using a raw carob powder. And this is going to make a delicious sweet cake that looks just like chocolate cake. But if you're not opposed to using chocolate, you could certainly use a good organic unsweetened cocoa powder or even a raw cacao powder. But here we go with the carob. And I'm just going to process this mixture until the carob is incorporated. Looks good. Isn't this fast and easy? And I've just got one more ingredient to use, and this is a few teaspoons of water. And this is a secret ingredient that's going to make the entire cake bind together. So we'll go ahead and add the water. I can see that it's beginning to ball up and it's ready. One thing I love about this cake is not only do you not need to bake it, so it's really fast that way, but you don't even need a special pan to put it in. I'm going to shape this cake directly on the serving plate. I'll remove it from the food processor. And I'm just going to press it into the shape of the cake directly on this plate. While I'm doing this, let me just talk about a couple of variations. You could easily make this into brownies simply by adding a few chopped walnuts back into the mixture at the end and then pressing it into a brownie pan. I'm sure that we're going to be tasting this cake right away, but if you do want to chill it for an hour or so, it's going to get very chewy, just like brownies are. Alright, so now we've got the basic shape of the cake. Let me talk about some ways that you can decorate this and garnish this. I'm just going to do a very simple, to keep with the really fast and easy here, decoration with some sliced fresh strawberries. Another really wonderful decoration would be to use rings of fresh raspberries right on top of this cake. You can also make a delicious raspberry or strawberry dessert sauce simply by blending a cup of raspberries or strawberries with a few dates, about 4 dates or so, in your blender, and it's going to make a nice thick frosting or sauce that you could either frost the cake with or maybe put a pool of the sauce directly on a plate and then top it with an individual slice of the cake. Let's see, some other variations. You can make this into a black forest cake, really delicious, by topping the cake with pitted cherries and then drizzling a little bit of cashew vanilla cream sauce on top. A cream sauce made out of cashews, a little bit of agave nectar or maple syrup, and some water. And then my favorite, you can make a double layer birthday cake. What you would do there is make 2 of these cakes and then frost one of them with the raspberry sauce, top it with another cake, and then frost the entire thing with a raw chocolate mousse that you can make using avocados, believe it or not. It might seem strange to use avocados in a dessert, but avocados really take the place of butter, cream, and eggs in raw desserts. And if you think about it, butter and cream don't really taste like anything in and of themselves. They just carry flavors, and that's exactly how avocado functions. So just imagine a delicious double-decored birthday cake here frosted with chocolate mousse. That's another possibility. But I'm going to keep it quick and simple here. And then here we've got a 5-minute flourless chocolate, really carob, but no one will know, flourless chocolate cake with fresh strawberries.